Good evening. 9,000 feet high in the Sacramento Mountains of New Mexico, outside of the village of Cloudcroft. I am in the spot that absolutely flabbergasted me. I saw Bigfoot. Before I saw this creature, I thought anybody who said they saw a humanoid, hairy creature living in the woods that we don't know about was either drunk or on drugs. I didn't believe it. Didn't believe it at all. My mother was elderly. I was taking care of her, and she had been diagnosed with cancer at the start of 2012 and had gone through all this radiation treatment and whatnot, and she was in remission, and we were very pleased that she was in remission. But she had a whole lot of different illnesses, and the medicines for some of those illnesses kept her from being able to stand any kind of heat, even to go from the house, the air-conditioned house, to the air-conditioned car to make that walk with her rollator. It was too much. So I bring her up here to my cabin, and we would stay all summer. And my mother was an extrovert. I mean, she's like a dog. You know how dogs are extroverted. She liked to have a truck ride just about every day. She wanted to go out and go and do and see. I mean, she was elderly anyway. I knew that sooner or later she was going to be passing. So she wants to go on a truck ride every day. Okay. Wants to have picnics. Okay. Whatever. Any rate, this one afternoon, it was very similar to now. I'm coming down this road. We're going to head to where nice pretty lookout. And all of a sudden my eyes catch coming up this way, this thing, brown haired, covered in brown hair, the shape, 2 arms, 2 legs, shoulders, a head. And it's running fast. And it comes running down this hill, crosses over here, and then runs down that way. I'm shocked. Utterly shocked. And I gun the truck. Gun it up to this position and jump out, thinking when I jump out and look down into this area here, I'll see it continuing to run. But I don't. I don't see it at all. At that time, it was my Dodge Ram 1500 4x4 truck. When I would sit in my seat, in the driver's seat, and I have a little cushion underneath me, it made me about 5 feet 9 inches tall. And this creature was taller than that, running fast. And I know how this is going to sound, what I'm about to say. He was good looking in his back. When he comes running like this, fast as lightning. When he crosses over like this and he's over here, he had a back, his back, it curved in, then his hips or buttocks, and then his thighs and calves. They were covered in brown hair, but beautifully shaped, masculine. That still sticks in my mind to this day. And my mother saw it too. And by the way, you can't drive down this road anymore. I guess because of that tree that fell, though the Forest Service could cut that tree down. If they wanted to, they could cut it down and clear it out. But let's see, 2012 and 2013, I was still driving down here. 2014, I was able to do it. But sometime 2018 is the next time I came down here because of my mother's illnesses and then her death, and then I didn't come up one year. Buddy, come here. Buddy, come. We're not going back yet. Come. But they have not cut it to clear it so that you can continue to drive down here, and then beyond it, they've got a Forest Service gate saying road closed. So nobody can come down, drive down here anymore. But for the rest of 2012, you better believe I came out here every day for the rest of the time that I had my mother up here. Come on, buddy. Good boy. You're making it. Good boy. Come on. I came out here every day, hoping I'd see that creature again. I didn't. 2013, summer of 2013, I came out here, not daily. I mean, I have my mother with me. It's summer, but I mean, she liked to truck ride every day, but different places. But we'd come out here at least once a week. We could still drive down this road, and never saw it. 2018. I mean, I've walked this. I walk this often, hoping I'll see it. I have not since. So those of you who have seen something like that, I believe you now, as long as you're not a drunk or on drugs. I know what I saw, and it absolutely freaked me out. So all I can say is, up here we definitely have more than one of these creatures. And it was running fast, as if it was running from something, as if something was chasing it, or it thought something was chasing it. Considering how fast it was running. Seen her, all these woods. I heard a little bit of thunder, but that's not coming our way. Can't just be one unless it's the last of its kind on this mountain, and I doubt that. There's got to be male, female, children, at least one family unit, if not more. I was floored. I just couldn't believe it. There's a beautiful view up here. You know, in all those years, I've been coming up to Cloudcroft since I was 4 years old. My mother had been coming up since she was a girl. And she was born in 1931. Never, ever, ever saw such a creature up here. There's got to be a way. I mean, this thing was running fast, and it was in good shape, as fast as it ran. I mean, as much as I could tell, because it's covered in this brown hair. It wasn't dark brown hair, just a medium brown hair. But not so long of hair that you couldn't tell the shape of its buttocks, its hips, its back, its legs. Good looking creature. I mean, look. If that were a man, a human male, without all that hair, he'd be a sight to behold. So it's definitely some kind of humanoid thing, some kind of primate. I don't think in the English language we should use the word primate. We should call these other creatures humanoids. Look, that's how the path goes. I used to be able to, well, I wouldn't draw, what I'd do is I'd take the truck up here, up this embankment, and park it. And that's what we were coming down that lane to do, to come up here and park it. He's smelling things, buddy. He's been on a scent trail. He's been smelling all kinds of been having a good time. See, it used to be you could drive up here. Used to be, you know, a while back in 2012, 2013, there was quite a pile of pine cones over here. They're gone. You could drive right up here. I'd do this with Mother because she, you know, you can't. Look how rocky and uneven this road is. I mean, it's this ground is. She was using a rollator. Well, she was using a cane, and then she got to where she had to use a rollator. You can't get out on this, old and frail, and walk it. So I'd drive, and that's what we were doing that day. Drive up there. See that we just came up, and it used to be you could drive up here in a beautiful view. And I'd come up here. It's just lovely. And I'd come over here and park the truck here. And she loved that because she was perched where she could see out. I'd bring binoculars too. You're looking out over the Tularosa Basin, the west side of the mountain. And the way the sun's hitting things, it's not clear right now. If it were clear, you could really see it nicely. I mean, the sky is wonderful. Look, there's where that rainstorm is. There's got to be some way of finding. I mean, I know what I saw. My mother suggested, she said, maybe, honey, we should tell the Forest Service. Don't you think they should know? And I said, no, I'm not walking into the Forest Service building to say, you know what I just saw? Blah, blah, blah. Y'all need to do something about that. I mean, what would they do? Nothing. What could they do? I mean, people who come up here and have bears show up at their home, or cougars show up. I've always told those people, don't bother the Forest Service about it. We're in bear and cougar territory. They're not going to relocate these animals. Buddy, stay near Sissy. See, here he's coming this way. Good boy. This is some kind of berry bush. Ah, I see a berry. Most of the berries are gone. It's not ready to be plucked yet, I don't think. Something's been eating them, though. Boy, does not smell good. It's not sweet. See? Berries. Berry. There's a berry. Most of these berries, though, are gone. Let's see if this one will be sweet. Ah, it poked my finger. Just leave it for the wild animals. At any rate, the Forest Service isn't going to relocate cougars and bears. You have to just live with them. So there's, you know, why go tell them what we just saw? What are they going to do about it? So no. Anyway, earlier this year. Yeah, I heard that too, buddy. There's something down over here. Buddy hears it better than I do. Something fairly large. Yeah, Buddy can tell. You hear it better than I do, don't you? Something was moving through the forest down here. Buddy, stay near Sissy. See, he's wanting to see what that is. But that's, well, can't see it. Can't see it. Whatever it is, it's moved on. That's why when you're out hiking, always make noise. Buddy's bell. These creatures, wild animals can hear Buddy's bell. Anyway, I asked on an online forum earlier this year if anybody had seen Bigfoot up here, because I saw, this is miles from this location, somebody had a street sign that said Bigfoot Lane. It's miles from this. Oh, Buddy can probably still hear it or smell it. You still hear or smell whatever this is? He's still paying attention to what it is. Yeah. Gone. On the online forum, you know, because I saw Bigfoot Lane, it's, you know, quite a few miles from here. So I thought, gosh, did somebody see that over there? So I asked on an online forum up here if anybody had seen Bigfoot, if they had seen it, and explained what I had seen. Nobody said they had seen one. Maybe they weren't going to admit to it. Who knows? I don't know if you can see that down there. See the view? Somebody who, I didn't say my location, right? I saw this creature. But somebody gave their location of camping, and it turns out to be pretty near here. Across the highway. And at night, something was throwing rocks. Didn't hit their tent, but was hitting pretty near. And the concern is, you know, it sounded large in the forest moving around. They were certain it wasn't a person because of the distance and the size of the rock, or rocks. She said rocks. It was a woman. Now, she didn't think a human being could throw rocks the size this creature was throwing from the forest and throwing them that far. So it made her wonder. And since it's really not far from this area, it makes me wonder too. Anyway, if anyone else up here in the Sacramento Mountains has seen such a creature, I would love to hear about it. I now know such a creature exists. I mean, I've known since 2012. It shocked the daylights out of me. I never believed such a thing before. And there can't be that many of them, because if there were a lot of them, you would think more people would run into them. I'm filming this with my old cell phone camera because it's all I had in my pocket. What I forgot to say, okay, my truck, when I'm sitting in it, I'm 5'9". This creature was roughly 2 feet taller, which would make it 7'9". It was big, and something that big I wouldn't expect to be able to run as fast as it was running, but it was running fast. I mean fast. In spite of the fact that, and it was running on 2 legs. Now, I've seen bears run, and bears, when they start running, they get down on all 4s. And even so, a bear can't run as fast as this thing was running. And it's the shape of a man, except for all of this hair. What I'm trying to say is, could it be a Denisovan? They think's gone extinct but hasn't? Or could it be some other human species that these people think has gone extinct but has not? The human population of Homo sapiens has been around for 200,000 years. And in my lifetime, Homo sapien population on the earth has just about tripled. Almost tripled. It's only a matter of time, as there are more and more of we Homo sapiens, that this creature, this Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever you want to call it, is positively identified to the satisfaction of scientists. Only a matter of time, because there's so many of us. And in a very short time, just 60 some odd years, the population has just about tripled. Once it's proven to the satisfaction of scientists that this creature exists, it would be an endangered species. And they wouldn't do any more logging at all, I bet. It seems like it's going to start raining. Time to go back. I have to do some real reflection. I'm going to get out my umbrella. It's really starting to rain now. There we go. Buddy, you can get under the umbrella with me or just have a dog bath in the rain. It's up to you. We're going back. Anyway, I had to really reflect. Why did I not believe people when I would read? Usually it was in a magazine article, or I'd see a video online. Why did I not believe them when they said they'd seen it? Well, with some it's because, I think some people are just drunk or on drugs. They didn't look like the sort that was believable. But I also didn't believe people who were clearly salt of the earth, down to earth, people of integrity. I didn't believe them either. I thought they misidentified. And I had to really look at myself and reflect, why was I so damn sure of myself? And I realized in time that what it was that I was so damn sure of the value of my education. I had faith in scientists, in the experts, the people who know these things. And they said that the only human species still living now are Homo sapiens. And I believed them because they were educated and professional. You keeping up, buddy? I started looking up things, thinking about it, and anthropology. The African natives told anthropologists, plain as day, that the elephants had graveyards and that they took their young to the graveyards to visit the dead. Anthropologists did not believe that. Dismissed it as myth. Tall tales, didn't believe it. The only time they believed it is when a white person saw it for themselves. and brought out other white anthropologists to go look and see it for themselves. Then they confirmed it. The natives told anthropologists about forest people out in the plains and forests of Africa who were much smaller than humans, but they were like people. Anthropologists, the white anthropologists, they didn't believe them. Thought that's not possible. Then white anthropologists discovered the gorillas. And once a white man saw it, then they said, okay, this really does exist. Do you know gorillas were not confirmed by the white people until the late 1850s? Before that, the white Westerners thought any tale of such creatures was myth. Buddy, come on. This way. Good boy, good boy. Good boy. Yeah, come on up, have some water. White Westerners didn't believe a number of things that the natives would tell them about nature until they, the white Westerners, saw it for themselves. When I looked into the history of this, I realized, oh, and there's a whole lot more about the racist nature, just one generation before mine, of anthropology. A lot of racist guts in that field back then. I think Margaret Mead was the only decent one, or one of the few decent ones. Did you want more to drink? The rest of them, oh, they even had zoos of human beings that they would bring to the United States, of natives, off in these far-flung places, and have human zoos. A lot of disgusting things I learned. At any rate, of course, I wasn't taught that in college. Found it out on my own once I was really reflecting on myself. Why did I not believe these, clearly, the ones who were down-to-earth people whom I could tell were not lying? And so I figured, well, they've just misidentified. It's because I had faith in the experts. But then when I find out, so I start thinking, why did I have faith in the experts? Do they deserve that kind of faith? So I look it up about those people and learn that they got it wrong a lot of times. They didn't believe things until one of their white Western colleagues actually saw it. Well, I'm just dropping this left and right. So, I then started looking up, trying to find more and more about who has seen this creature. And it turns out a number of Native Americans have seen this creature. Throughout the United States and Canada, at least. Now, I trust that they're not. I'm having seen it myself. But, you know, they have no reason to be lying. Well, at any rate, this really humbled me, and it made me look at myself and stop having so much damned faith in my own education. And stop looking at people who say things that I didn't learn in school as people who clearly must have misidentified the thing. That's not the case. And I've seen it myself, and I've learned. I've learned not to be so damned arrogant. If there's a way to... There's got to be a way of... Because they're here. Beautiful evening. 9,000 feet high. and heaven on earth outside of Cloudcroft, New Mexico, and the Sacramento Mountains. Bye-bye.